6:38 p.m. Angelique's nerves were shot. Where is Michael? Thank you for the use of your phone, Dr. Wilson. Michael had promised Austin he would send Officer Harris and a couple of other men to retrieve them if he got detained, but there was no sign of him or any of his men. There is definitely something wrong. Doctor, do you mind if I keep your mobile so that I can try my husband again later? I don't mind at all, and please call me Thomas. He was just as kind as she remembered him. Thank you, Thomas. This is definitely no time for formalities. I agree. He turned to Gita. Another pot of tea would be nice. This night may be a long one. Gita nodded and stood. And something to eat, too, please. Dr. Wilson smiled. She's a marvelous cook. Have either of you had dinner? Of course you haven't. Gita, how about you leave the choice of meal to me? Gita turned her attention to Angelique and Austin. Have you ever had Zurich Taravezki? No, they answered in unison. Shame, since you're most certainly Polish. It's a wonderful soup made of sour dry flour, with potatoes, chopped sausages, boiled eggs, and mushrooms. You will love it. As Gita left the room, Angelique's anxiety continued to grow. Where are you, Michael? She tried him again, on the doctor's mobile phone. No answer. Austin, this is starting to scare me. Sis, you saw how important Michael's job was today. I'm sure there's a simple explanation to this delay. Something in Austin's tone told her he was more worried than he was letting on. But her brother was right. Michael was a very busy man. Learning her husband was a lead with the CIA had been surprising, though it should not have been. There had been so many signs pointing to that fact during their marriage. Deep breath, Angelique. This isn't the first time you haven't been able to reach Michael, and it won't be the last. Dr. Wilson refilled his pipe. Angelique knew she needed to occupy her mind until Michael arrived, or she was going to go crazy. Let's break down what we know. The last thing Austin remembers before today happened in 2003. He has no memory of anything between being shot in Iraq and waking up this morning on the other side of the Thames. Dr. Wilson sat back in his chair. 4 possibilities come to mind. And they are? Austin asked. You're lying about the lapse of time. I'm not. Dr. Wilson took a drag on his pipe. Being a fairly adept judge of character, I believe you. And the other 3? You're insane, which of course you're not. Austin laughed. That's good to know. What else? You've had a loss in memory due to injury, illness, or someone administering drugs to your person. But that doesn't seem likely since your recounting of the day was so detailed. Austin and I have eidetic memories. Interesting. Are you twins? She nodded. Born on Halloween 3 minutes apart, Austin is the oldest. Wilson rubbed his chin and grabbed a pen and paper. He scribbled some notes before continuing. The final possibility is that my hypothesis is completely valid. My unknown hominid species exist in today's world. He turned to Austin, gazing at him intensely. Would you mind showing me your chest, Austin? I'm fascinated that you don't have a hint of a scar. Sure. Austin loosened his tie and unbuttoned his shirt, revealing a chest without a single flaw. Amazing. And you're certain the bullet entered your body through your chest? Absolutely. To me, I got shot yesterday. Brilliant. Dr. Wilson smiled broadly. I'm certain you both carry the genes I've been seeking my entire career. You two must have significant amounts of my unknown hominid group's DNA. Where are your parents? Our adopted parents are dead, she answered. We don't know our biological parents. Too bad. But I'd like to get a saliva and blood sample from you both. If I'm right, that should give us the evidence that will lead us to the truth. I'm still unclear how that gets us any closer to figuring out the person or group responsible, Austin said. She agreed fully with her brother. It didn't make any sense. I still don't understand how these things connect together. Nor do I, Angelique, Dr. Wilson said. But perhaps we can figure it out if we work together. What about the new Ripper? Austin asked. How does he play into things? Did he kill Walt Turner? If so, why did he let me live? Why did he leave? Excellent questions that must go unanswered for the moment. But I can tell you that the Ripper has information we need. I believe, despite his insanity, he's trying to point me in the right direction. Dr. Wilson told them about the fingers he'd received that morning from the killer. Nancy Black and Gail Simmons could have very well belonged to the secret species. The second note you got from him? What did it say? Austin asked. I have it here. He pulled it out of his jacket and handed it over. Austin held it so that they both could read it. A gift for you, boss. I know you will like it. Want to help you with your work. Jack. Very creepy, she said, feeling a shiver go up and down her spine. The monster does seem to have an agenda when it comes to you. I believe so. With his pipe in his hand, Wilson closed his eyes. Austin, did you get a chance to read that letter that was found in the overcoat? I did. How well do you remember it? Wilson asked. I remember it verbatim. Austin recited every chilling word. Dear Dr. Wilson, I hope the ladyfingers I sent you let you know that I'm sincere in wanting to help you with your work. You've been ridiculed for your hypothesis, but you and I both know that you are correct. There's a secret society that needs to be exposed. I will be leaving more gifts and messages for you and my beloved along the path of blood that will help this endeavor. Together we can bring light to the darkness until we meet face to face. Jack the Ripper. He plans on meeting me face to face. Not a very exciting prospect, is it? No, Austin said flatly. Blunt but honest. I said it once and I'll say it again. You're a man after my own heart. Dr. Wilson smiled. Angelique sensed he was only masking a big dose of fear. Dr. Wilson sighed. The test on the 2 fingers should be completed, and I expect the results will show that both victims were 25% from an unknown hominid species or more. We need proof. Once that's in hand, the person or persons responsible for keeping Austin under ice for so many years will come out of their hiding place to squelch the truth. They've proven again and again through their actions what extreme lengths they will go to in order to protect their secrets. They took my research from Guatemala. They burned down the lab in China. They stole the sample my tech found, and they likely are the same who blew up the safe house today. They've always been one step ahead of me, but this time I'll be ready. Together we collect the evidence, and then we can set a trap for them. What do you say? Austin stood. My sister and I can give you our samples, and you can show us the results of the test on the 2 victims' fingers. But I am not going to put Angelique in jeopardy to set a trap, Doc. Once her husband arrives, you and I can work together to make that happen. Not before. She didn't like his tone. I have a say in that, Austin. Gita walked back into the room with her arms full of plates. Not until you eat. Smells delicious, Dr. Wilson said as Gita placed the meal on the table. But you'll have to keep it warm for us. We have important business in the lab. Gita frowned. Don't be long. We won't. As they walked to the lift, Angelique dialed Michael's number once again. Still no answer. She became even more shaken. Austin, I need to find Michael. Sis, after we give our samples to Doc, we'll go to the U.S. Embassy. He might be there, or they might know how we can find him. Are you sure that's a good idea? Dr. Wilson asked. You told me there's an APW out on you. Every constable in the city is looking for you. It doesn't matter. Michael is her husband, and he's my friend. I won't let him down. I'll call his office first, she said. Then we can try our flat. A much better plan. Thomas placed his hand on Austin's shoulder. If you're intent on going outside, after we get your samples, I'd better see if I can help disguise you. A hat might help you with that, and I have many. The lift stopped on the floor below Wilson's private quarters. They stepped over to the door of his lab, which was wide open. Damn, Wilson said. This cannot be happening to me again. He examined the frame surrounding the door, visibly disturbed by what he saw. He walked into the lab, and Angelique and Austin followed. After pulling a few cabinet doors open and typing frantically on a laptop, Dr. Wilson sighed. The fingers are gone, and the data has been wiped out of my system. We've come too late. Engulfed in dread, Angelique realized the vast reach of their invisible stalker. She frantically dialed Michael again. 6:39 p.m. With his gun in hand and pointed at the entrance, Octavian watched the Bathry woman placing the last bag of blood to Belisarius's lips. He's coming around, Majesty, she said. His breathing is much better. It is very good thing. The stake missed your cousin's heart, or he would have instantly slipped into slumber. Thank you for your help, Phoebe. It will be rewarded. She lowered her gaze. Your will is my... Please don't. Did I say something wrong? No, it's just that the old ways seem out of place in this age, my lady. My ancestor, King Astaroth, ruled the Morvicti with an iron fist, but what did that get him? Killed on the battlefield during his 3rd reign. Octavian thought about how Astaroth had devastated the once noble Bathry bloodline, and his own blood turned cold. Perhaps a gentler hand is better suited to these times we live in now, though I still want to see David Bathry's head on a spike. Always thinking about the future, cousin. Belisarius sat up, still weak but much improved. Your progressive thoughts are going to get you into trouble. So you and Rom have told me 1,000 times. He had said it without thinking, and the offhanded mention of his brother cut him to the core. He bent down to get a better look at his cousin's condition. It's good to see you above ground. I would not call the sanctuary of the forgotten above ground, Majesty. Belisarius glanced at Albert with the stake sticking out of his chest. Where is David? Octavian told him everything that happened since he had lost consciousness. I should have heard Albert approaching. Belisarius closed his eyes. Please, forgive me. There's nothing to forgive. We weren't expecting an ambush. Can you stand? Before his cousin could answer, 2 Bathry men carrying L-85 assault rifles ran into the space. Octavian charged, firing his gun. He hit one, but the other remained on his feet, swinging the gun in their direction. Phoebe dropped the ladder on top of the man before he could pull the trigger. In a single fluid motion, Belisarius jumped to his feet, pulled out the stake from Albert's chest, and rammed it into the second attacker. I guess you can stand. His cousin nodded. And I can fight too. Good thing, because we are about to go into battle. Octavian turned to Phoebe. You're coming with us. I cannot leave now, Majesty. It is my duty to make sure the forgotten are provided for. I must replace the bags of blood we gave your cousin and administer the life-giving drops to those entrusted to my care. Belisarius touched her cheek. Your selflessness and kindness are the only things that compare to your incredible beauty, my lady. Her face reddened as she looked down at her jeans and t-shirt. But the others will have to assume your responsibilities until things are made right. Belisarius seemed to be smitten with Phoebe. If you stay, they would have your head. It isn't safe for you here now. I must stay. Phoebe, I am not asking, Octavian said, fearing for her life. I command you to come with us. She lowered her eyes. Your will is my duty, your Majesty, always. Octavian sighed. He picked up both of the fallen Bathry men's weapons, keeping one for himself and handing the other to Belisarius. With Phoebe between them, they cautiously headed for the stairs leading out of the sanctuary. The iron gates were locked. Damn, his cousin turned to him. Shall we shoot the lock? It won't work. Phoebe turned around and walked to one of the iron sconces jutting out of the wall. She twisted it and the wall moved, revealing a small compartment. She reached in and brought out the satchel that Albert had worn when they entered the space. The key is inside. Belisarius took the black bag from her and pulled out the key. Our gold coins are gone. We aren't the only ones who will pay today, cousin. Bathry will answer for this with his life. They were able to open the gates and pass through the remainder of the sanctuary without incident. As they ran to their limo, they could see Atticus slumped back in the driver's seat with his eyes closed. He had taken 3 bullets to his chest. This is the work of David Bathry. Enraged by what he saw, Octavian pounded his fist on the top of the limo. He needs blood, my lord, or he shall slip into slumber. He's already in the beginning stages. 1 heartbeat every couple of minutes. Phoebe pointed to where they had just come. I can get some for him. Too dangerous, Octavian said. We'll take him to my home. I have a full supply of blood in my basement. We should get him in the back, Belisarius said. The 3 of them carefully lifted their patient out of the driver's seat and laid him out in the back seat. Phoebe and Belisarius remained with Atticus. As he got behind the wheel, Octavian pulled out his mobile phone. Knowing he would have a signal now, he needed to send some men out to find and capture Bathry. He looked at the screen. 2 missed calls, both from Gita. Thanks for watching Morvicti Blood, Episode 16, Blood and Betrayal. I hope you'll like and share and subscribe and hit the notification bell. New episodes are dropping every Monday and Friday. But if you want more now and haven't watched the full 8-part sequel, Morvicti Execution, it's already live. Start there to witness the betrayal that set everything in motion. Want to read ahead and uncover secrets not yet shown on screen? The full novel, Morvicti Blood, is available now on Amazon. You'll find the link in the description if you dare. I hope you'll leave a comment. What do you think? What creeped you out? Who do you think survives? I'm going to read every comment, and I'm going to try to answer every comment or question that you have. For early access, bonus episodes, and forbidden lore, join our inner circle, Bloodbound, at patreon.com/Lee Swift. Until next time, keep your lights on, stay quiet, and whatever you do, don't answer the knock at your door.